Help! Somebody! Please help me!
That voice and figure. Senior Inhu?
Looks like it's really him, but why would he need help fighting ethereals?
Not sure. But let's help him. We can sort it out later. Dial 1 for complaints. If you spot an ethereal, shout for help.
All the ethereals have been taken care of? Thank you. Thank you for saving my life, brave strangers.
Senior, what are you doing in the Hidden Realm?
Huh? I've never joined any sect, let alone had any disciples. Are you sure you've got the right person?
Junior Wise, there's something about him that's not quite the same as Senior Inhu.
Sorry, I mistook you for someone else. You look just like a friend of ours. So, who are you?
I'm a mercenary. They call me Big Pan. I'm a part of the Melt Iron Mercenaries.
The Melt Iron Mercenaries? That sounds familiar. But mercenary groups nowadays generally have a pretty loose structure. There aren't many stable, organized groups.
What's that supposed to mean? It doesn't matter. I can see you two are really strong. Please, help save my comrades.
Your comrades? You mean there are others here?
Yes. Not long before, my mercenary friends and I came here with a mission from the Lords to help develop some new land, but we were ambushed by bandits. They came well prepared and hit us hard. We weren't ready, and we were defeated. We suffered heavy casualties, and the survivors are still trying their best to hold on. They sent me to find reinforcements. But soon after I set out, I got surrounded by those ethereals. Time's ticking. Please, help me save my friends.
Calm down, we'll help. But aren't you a mercenary? The ethereals that attacked you aren't that dangerous, so why didn't you fight them?
I lost my sword back where we were ambushed, so I can't fight.
Sword? Could it be connected to those extraordinary swords that Shifu mentioned? Either way, he's definitely not Senior Inhu. If he was, he could take down ethereals with just his bare fists.
We understand the situation. Please lead the way. We just happen to be looking for something around here, too.
Thank you so much, both of you. If you can save them, I will do whatever I can to help you too.
Yeah.
My teammates are trapped somewhere around here. Please, you gotta help them. I'll stick close behind you.
Damn, these ethereals! Am I really gonna die here today?
Oh, Jung! Are you okay?
I know that voice! Big Pun! Finally, come on! Give me a hand here!
The world through! free as the skies.
Ha! Ha ha! I'm finally saved! I thought I was dead for!
Sorry for the delay. Are you all right? Wait, why are you the only one here? Where's everyone else?
Delay? That's an understatement if I've ever heard one. We sent you to get reinforcements. Where did you go, Big Pun? We were at our wits' end here. I got separated from the main group. I don't know their status either. So, where are your reinforcements? Did the Lords not send anyone?
Well, I got these two to help us.
Well, what? Are you for real? You think 2 people are gonna help? Listen, Big Pun. This is life or death. Never mind. There's no time to get more support. Even if it is just us, we gotta go back and save them. There's no running from this fight, Big Pun. You gotta fight.
Me? I really can't.
Actually, Big Pan lost his sword back where you were ambushed. Just leave the fighting to us.
Huh? Big Pun, you threw away the weapon that represents your dignity as a mercenary to get out of fighting? Whatever. You will have to fight, even if you don't have your sword. Just use your powerful hand-to-hand combat skills to handle those looters.
I really can't.
Hold up. Powerful hand-to-hand combat skills? I thought he was terrible at fighting. Just a moment ago, we found him completely helpless and surrounded by ethereals.
You didn't know? He's not bad at fighting. He's just a coward. We would never recruit a weakling who can't even fight. He's way stronger than anyone in our group. We were hoping he'd become a powerful addition for fights. But after a few missions, he couldn't even hold his sword anymore. Hey, Big Pun, look, it's different this time. We need your power. Stop being a coward and come with me.
Oh, do we really have to fight them to the death?
You want to reason with some bandits? Are you crazy? This is a crucial moment of the city's founding. You think they'd sit down and talk with the higher-ups? This is our only choice. You don't want the entire group to get killed, do you, Big Pun?
I don't want anyone to get hurt, but every time I hold my sword, I just feel...
Oh, wow. He's really fast.
That's what I was saying. He's one of the best when it comes to both swordsmanship and physical ability. We'd better find him quick, otherwise we're all dead.
Let's chase him, Xiaoguang. Mercenary groups, looters, the city's founding. This all feels like ancient history. Though I'm not sure exactly what's going on. It looks like his sword might be one we're looking for.
I agree. Let's head in the direction he was running. Someone's been through here. It has to be Big Pan.
If that mercenary's information checks out, and he's as strong as they say, then his fear of combat doesn't make sense. This doesn't add up. I'll have to ask him directly.
Yeah. blood in the air. Signs of a fight. The sword follows my will and winds howl in the heavens! Yeshungguang of Yunkuei Summit, breaking all illusions!
Xiaoguang, you okay?
Sorry, but could we stay here a little longer? I don't know why, but as I approach this area, my head is feeling unusual. Big Pond's footprints are on the ground. Looks like he's been through here before.
He was quick to escape the battlefield. Did he still stop here? Can you see anything from this area?
Looks like we can't see much other than the clouds of ash. Though, it seems like there are quite a lot of crows gathering nearby.
They're probably drawn here by the smell of blood. Looks like the fighting between the looters and mercenaries is worse than we thought.
Does the stench of death and slaughter attract the crows? I think I'm starting to understand Big Pond a little better now.
Huh? Just from seeing all of this?
Yes. Since we both saw the same scenery, maybe it stirred up the same feelings in our hearts, too. Sometimes, I fear the power I wield. The power of the Qingming sword. It's so powerful. When I hold it, I can tell that a single swing might easily wipe out many people or things. I can also feel that these crows are drawn by bloodshed and might be gathering because of me. Maybe that's what Big Pond was afraid of too. In the aftermath of wielding his blade and facing the lifeless bodies of his foes, maybe he could feel himself gradually slipping away, becoming an unrecognizable monster. Sorry, I was getting carried away there. I just felt that he shouldn't be too hard to understand, since he's a fellow swordmaster.
Maybe you have a point. I can tell that he doesn't like fighting and deeply values his companions. Having to wield the very power he fears to protect people. It's no wonder he's so conflicted. Hearing you talk about the insecurities you faced on your path to becoming a swordmaster, I feel like I'm gradually starting to understand your world.
Thanks for listening to my random mumbling. Let's keep going. If we can find him, I want to tell him everything I've realized just now. My turn.
Watch out. High-risk ethereals ahead. Stay focused, Xiaoguang. Hold Hold on. Something's not right with these ethereals. What's happening here?
My blade cuts down evil! My spirit soars in the sky! Before setting out, I asked Shifu about our fortune. Today's gonna go really well. Ride the wind. Try breaking through using a technique. Now we can move forward. Another obstacle? Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Big Pan should be close by. Big Pun, your companions need you right now. We'll help you in battle. Let's go and support them.
No, I can't help you. When the looters came, I tried to wield my sword, but I immediately realized I was so scared that I couldn't even swing it. I'll only end up being more trouble for everyone. What use is someone with trembling hands on the battlefield?
So you don't want to save your friends? You just want to hide here forever and let them die alone?
Well,
Big Pun, I understand what you're going through. You're afraid of getting hurt, afraid of the enemy's attacks, but what you're actually most afraid of is your own strength. You haven't learned how to properly control your strength yet. Every time you do something, you deal devastating damage to others. That's why you're afraid that you'll eventually turn into a thrall or a monster if you keep using this power. That is what's bothering you deep down inside, right?
yes, that's right. When I first trained my swordsmanship, I never imagined that my sword could cut down an enemy so easily, taking a life. Every time I fight, I'd always end up leaving a trail of bloodshed in my wake. I began to fear the sword in my hands, and I was also scared of the exhilaration I began to feel when fighting. I had a feeling that the sword would eventually turn me into a monster that only knows fighting. You two are right. I can't just leave my friends. But please, tell me, how can I get rid of this fear? I want the courage to keep fighting.
There's no need to get rid of this fear. You only need to keep this feeling in your heart and continue fighting.
Huh? But doesn't that...
Even though you're afraid of your own strength, you still want to use it to protect your friends. The fact that you're thinking that way proves that you already have courage. Even if your fear persists after you draw your sword, it's a reminder of how you must coexist with your own strength. You cannot let a desire for destruction take over. And I think that's something that many a swordmaster fail to do. There's nothing shameful about fearing battle. Rather, it's the proof that you've become a powerful swordmaster. Let your fear guide you to your future. I've experienced the same worries. Trust me.
So you mean fear is part of being a swordmaster?
By the way, those looters you were fighting didn't take proper anti-corruption measures and have already been corrupted into ethereals. Would you feel better fighting ethereals rather than people?
Huh? Why didn't you say so? Then let's go help my friends.
Finally got him to move. It's not easy to convince someone with nothing but words. Luckily, we're dealing with ethereals instead of humans this time.
Xiaoguang, I have a question. Why did you insist on dragging him to the battlefield? What does he have to do with that ethereal that doesn't move?
When I saw Avaris standing there, I suddenly remembered what Dad told my brother and me when we were little. A story of ancient swordmasters who were heroes. In the early days of Eridu, many mercenary brigades were deployed to explore new territory and eliminate roaming looters. Their work contributed greatly to the city's establishment. Once, a mercenary brigade clashed with a band of looters, and one of the looters unexpectedly turned into a large ethereal, putting the mercenaries in a tough situation. At this critical moment, a new mercenary recruit stood up and drew his sword to fight. He defeated the ethereal on his own, and captured the remaining looters, achieving a great victory. After that, the sword-wielding mercenary grew braver and braver, and went on to become a renowned swordmaster in Eridu. And that's the story of none other than Big Pun of the Melt Iron Mercenaries, the one who beheaded Avaris and instantly became famous.
The early days of Eridu? That's a long time ago. You mean Big Pan is someone from ancient history? How could that be? And what's happening now is just like in the story.
we might have to wait until we return to the temple and ask Shifu to fully understand the truth. After thinking back on that story, I've realized that we have to guide the situation now to the same outcome as in the story. Anyway, let's help him defeat that Avaris now. If I'm not mistaken, that should be our next target. Come on, let's face that.
Honestly, I'm shaking like a leaf. But this time, I'm not backing down. My fear points where my blade should strike, and my sword follows where my heart leads. I, Big Pan, the Melt Iron Merc, am a swordsman who's sworn to protect my comrades!
My spirit soars in the sky!
Poor souls twisted into etheric...
Clouds!
Well, does your body feel lighter now?
How do I describe it? It's like there's an energy surging inside.
Very good. With this, the sword you have retrieved has become sword will for you to use. Continue the trial until the Qingming sword opens the next gate for you.
Shifu...
I know what you wish to ask. After this experience, you have a better understanding of the essence of this realm now, yes?
Shifu, you mentioned before that no one could enter or leave this realm besides us. So those who appear here aren't real people, but rather echoes of those who once existed, right? I once encountered beings born from miasma called drowned ideals that are somewhat similar to the people here, yet different. They don't have what you'd call a true form.
And the owner of the sword we retrieved, Big Pon of the Melt Iron Mercenaries? I've read about him in a Swordmaster novel. He's a famed swordmaster of the city founding era. So in other words, there's no way he could still be alive. But why would he appear here in the form of our senior from real life? And both he and the others, it's like they're reenacting the entirety of that famous battle.
It's simple. He and I are simply vessels. Puppets created by the sword with miasma and hollow matter after accessing the owner's memories. Naturally, it would choose forms that the owner is familiar with. In essence, we are each just a sliver of a swordmaster's consciousness, recorded by the Qingming sword throughout its long history. This might be weird to say, but you're merely talking to slivers of personified memory. The Qingming sword has responded to your wishes, choosing the memories of a few famed swordmasters to shape into human form. Your task is to participate in and witness the moments where they overcame their limits. When they show you how their swords shine, their sword will fortify your power, pulling you closer to the Qingming sword. That is the trial, and the opportunity that the realm of swords has given you.
I see. Well, that makes our plan of action clear.
So, does that mean you're also a piece of a swordmaster's memory, Shifu?
It's a bit difficult to explain. You may simply think of me as your guide. Now, more importantly, a visitor arrived while you were away.
Might you also be lost travelers?
Huh? You're Senior Ye?
Shiyuan? Brother, what are you doing here?
Senior? Brother? I'm sorry, but I think you must have mistaken me for someone else.
Xiaoguang, I think he must be just like Shifu and Big Pan, a famous swordmaster wearing Senior Ye's appearance.
Yeah, I think so too. I was just so surprised to see him just now that my mind blanked. Maybe he corresponds to one of the two remaining swords we need to find. Either way, let's ask him what's going on first. Sorry, we mistook you for someone we knew. Have you been traveling alone? Oh, and how should we refer to you?
It's a bit embarrassing, but I've forgotten my real name and identity. By the time I came to, I was already lost amidst the mountains in this realm. Thankfully, I ran into this Shifu and you two. Please, just call me Peregrine. If possible, would you allow me to lodge here for a while? Though my memories are hazy, I remember that I came here in search of something.
Peregrine. I've heard that name before in the stories Mom used to tell me and Shiyuan. We were right!
What are you two mumbling about? In any case, this place has not been maintained for a long time and isn't the most comfortable place to rest. So long as you don't mind, you may stay.
You have my gratitude. I can tell you three have more to discuss, so I won't disturb you any further. I shall take my leave and look around a bit.
Well then, since you found the first sword, it's time I tell you about the remaining two. However, I imagine you've already guessed. The remaining two areas each hide an extraordinary sword.
The remaining two areas? But apart from the one we just went to, Isn't there only one other area?
Do you recall the incomplete statue I pointed out to you in the main hall?
Yep. I kept having this sense of déjà vu. Like I had seen that statue somewhere before.
Is that so? That's not surprising. In any case, both the final area and the monster that gave you trouble before are hidden behind that statue.
Behind the statue. So you mean, if we can break it, we can get to the third area?
It is not something that can be broken with brute force. Ye Shunguang, an ethereal that can temporarily steal your senses, will certainly continue to cause you trouble. While exploring, you should contemplate how to gain passage from the statue. As someone who was recognized by the Qingming sword, I'm sure you will succeed. Moving on, the Qingming sword has sensed your growth. The seal for the second area is likely to lift soon. It's getting late. Let's rest up and reconvene tomorrow.